South by Southwest was incredible. Like I've always wanted to go to Austin before anyway, because our first film, Merantau, played at Fantastic Fest, which is in the same city. And so when I got to find out that I was able to kind of go to Austin this time around, I was really excited about going there. And they screened the film in the Paramount Theatre, which is just this absolutely amazing place, a great venue for it. And there was about maybe like 1,200 people in there. The reaction was so good. It was like it was kind of like a combination of Toronto screening and also the ENAF screening.
Oh, okay.
And those two were the kind of like the top for me right now. But Austin, Texas, the South by Southwest screening. That's right up the top with them now. That's on the level basically. It was nuts. They responded to all the things that I wanted them to respond to and stuff like that. Is that I don't feel like I've done anything that's new, that's innovative. For me, I'm making a film that I would have loved to watch when I was a kid growing up, like like an 80s or 90s Hong Kong action film, or like a John Woo movie or something. Those are the films that I love watching. I feel it's not so much I'm trying to take a step forward in a new direction or something, but I'm a fan of those old films, so I'm taking a step back to what they were doing with their films. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, like in our films, though, it's kind of like, I guess in a way, it's inescapable. The violence is inescapable in ours because of the genre we work in. Because like it's a martial arts movie, so there's got to be violence. There's got to be fighting. If I did a martial arts film and nobody fought anything, it would be a drama, you know. So, but yeah, I think in terms of the films I've made so far, it's a little inescapable. I don't know if it's a theme that is necessarily going to be associated with me. Like I'm pretty sure I have ideas for stories and things where it doesn't become a thing about a man and becoming the violence in a human. I'd like to think I still got a little bit of hope for society left yet. In Merantau, Kiko's character at the beginning is very idealist, and he stays like a pure guy. He holds on to that kind of purity. Whereas like the situation around him kind of gets bigger and bigger and more dangerous. But then when you talk about something like the raid, then the situation is already dangerous from the very first two or 3 minutes of the film. So it's a different psychology then in terms of when we design the choreography, we design the action scenes. The setup for the raid demands that it becomes more raw, that it becomes much more aggressive then. It's a different film. I mean, Merantau was always seen as this thing when I was trying to balance like drama and martial arts. The raid was balancing horror and martial arts. It was
horror.
Yeah, because I realized when I was coming up with the concept of what I was making was it was a survival horror film. Some of my favorite films that I've watched have been very extremely violent movies, right? Like for instance, I'm a huge fan of like Ichi the Killer. I think Ichi the Killer is one of the finest extreme films that's ever made, right? But if I put that level of violence in the raid, it wouldn't work. You gotta know the violence level is kind of dictated to you by the story you try to tell, by the film you're trying to make, and it should never be that it should never be that the violence level dictates the story. Like you find a comfort zone somewhere in between them. Like the pagoda thing in here. Yeah, it's weird because like for me, I think Game of Death must have been a subconscious thing because I never really thought about it until afterwards, and then everyone kept saying, "Oh, it's like Game of Death," and then I was like, "Yeah, it kind of is, but not intentionally." Like the first thing was like a lot of the films I watched for inspiration were more American movies. So it was, Escape from New York, Assault on Precinct 13, Die Hard.
15 floors.
Yeah. It was like one crime lord, 20 cops, and then if we said 15 floors, it was like 1, 2, 3. It just felt right. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's a small detail. That's tiny detail. Any genre.
Any genre.
Shit. Okay.
That's hard.
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull.
Magnolia. Amelie. because it's the most beautiful film I've ever seen. Fight Club, Afterlife, Japanese movie by Hirokazu Koreeda. It's an incredible film, beautiful film. Hanabi, Takeshi Kitano. What else? There's loads more. Fight Club, I already said, right? Hard Boiled, I'd put up there, yeah. I've never understood how it's okay to kill someone but not to fuck someone. It's a weird contradiction there.
Yeah.
It's like you know, why is punching someone in the face less offensive than kissing someone on the face? I don't get it. But you know, just watched Robocop yesterday actually.
Oh, yeah.
I was tweeting all day about it. I had a nerd out. I was completely geeking out over that film yesterday. And so that moment when Murphy got killed, it was so disturbing.
Yeah.
And it was so violent, but it was so brilliantly done as well. I think that film's a classic.
Verhoeven is.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna add Robocop to my top 10. Screw it, I'll put it in there. Alright, let's add Robocop. It's incredible, it's brilliant. And it's beautifully shot as well. Hi everyone, please visit thebastardsofyoung.com.